Welcome back to Monogatari second season, Hitagi End, part 1. Well, this is the last arc. It is the end of Monogatari second season, but what else does end mean here? If this deals with Nadeko's, the deal that Senjo made with Nadeko, to postpone her plan to kill them, till March in graduation, which, by the way, thank y'all for correcting me about the timeline of about the end of last episode, about the talk of when he was having that talk with Ogi, because it gives me some other thoughts, still things I just really don't know, but thoughts nonetheless. So thank you for that, and Orange for your comprehensive timeline as always, and also just details you guys gave me about the last episode and your your feelings about Hachikuchi and losing her. RIP, 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 RIP. So I'm gonna get into those, but just to recap, last episode, pretty much to summarize my post-episode thoughts that I talked about. God damn, dude, even the world itself came for Hachikuchi, said your time is up. We got months with her, so many great talks, and we're gonna get into this, even foreshadowing from Nisa, or even the song that was playing at the end while she was talking Araragi, and Araragi was, just trying to think of something, and that song being a motif of her opening from Pocket Monogatari. And when I was told that, I heard it, and I was like, oh my god. Probably even on a subconscious level, it probably even accelerated me thinking back to all the memories and stuff. That's a crazy detail, but we're gonna get into all those. God damn, man. Last arc, I'll be real, last arc, it felt, up until that episode, everything felt really fast. It made sense, only I don't know, man, because it started off with the darkness, and then they're talking about it. Shinobu's telling a story. They're still in the cram school by the third episode. They jumped somewhere else. Shinobu separated from Araragi, but I just did not expect the true purpose of the darkness to be revealed to be that Hachikuchi was the target because of that, straying from the path of an apparition. There's nothing that could have saved her. Even this ties into the things he told me and the cool things about that, so we can get into those now. Buggy, you telling me the parallel between that and the end of Kizu, but this time Araragi was in a position to decide the outcome, even though he came up with the solution of how an outcome that would leave everyone unhappy, that kind of Meme came up with for Shinobu and Araragi. Not even that. It's not what Mayoi wanted. It's not. Of course, Araragi wouldn't have been happy with that. Mayoi pointing out everyone else that loves him and needs him. Her acceptance was heartbreaking, but it was just death occurring right there. You just can't do anything about it. It just happens, it's just, it was what it was, man. You just had to suddenly deal with that. Just fuck, Also, yeah, shout out to Dank and Nitanaw telling me about the, that sad piano track being, that flip of her opening from Bucket, because I listened to that when it was linked to me, and I was like, shit, I hear it. I listened all the way through, and all the feelings started flooding back again, man. That song is gonna be if I ever just need to get a cry out. Same with a secret bass from Anohana. That song also just immediately gets me to that point. Thorfinn, I like you pointing out that Mayoi Jiangshi and Shinobu-san kind of felt like a great two-parter, and the way it's so funny how Mayoi Jiangshi got all that with Shinobu, and with Shinobu-san we got leading up to that with Mayoi. Ooh, God, the way they did that was so great. That it was tragic that immediately after Araragi gave up on trying to bring her back in Mayoi Jiangshi, he is soon after forced to completely say goodbye to her. Yeah, because when you think of the time span of that, I mean, minus the time travel, really fucking fast. It was really sudden, man. And just for him to learn that's what was happening in just those minutes of Miss Guyan, telling them the truth and what was going on. But it also that with Mayoi saying, telling Araragi not to waste any time, quote unquote, playing lost with her, was made more meaningful by the fact that later he comes just in time to save Hanakawa and Senjo from the tiger, right? Because he comes just in the small frame of time that Hanakawa buys in confronting the tiger. Araragi shows up. So to think that, man, absolutely crazy. But I love that, because that is like way more meaningful that he was able to do that for them, even off something so tragic. And shout out to Mayoi, man. Her acceptance was heartbreaking, but it was just... And also that, yeah, there was a cool Ononoki, like, character development happening in the background, like, since the beginning of a Mayoi Jiangshi, you know, because these arcs are very connected, of them, you know, wondering about Mayoi's, like, purpose and how she sees herself as an apparition, like, the question that she wanted Araragi to ask her, and seeing, like, becoming friends with Mayoi, like, even in the time period that Araragi was, like, passed out in the last arc. But, you know, seeing that and seeing the relationship between them, or even like Shinobu and Araragi, and learning that Ononoki really isn't close with like Kagenui. She doesn't really have bonds like that. But in the end, seeing that even that was like not enough, because even the world itself came and took that away. Like, Jesus, man, that is quite something for Ononoki to witness, because actually, yeah, she was right there, you know, holding Mayoi on her shoulders to, you know, at the very end there, when she was telling Araragi, I love you, like, you gotta wonder, like, her own thoughts and feelings towards that. So I really hope that either in a future series in Monogatari or somewhere that we really, like, get into her feelings about that. I would love that, for sure. And just, maybe just more development for Ononoki as herself, as an apparition. I don't know. Does she even wonder like who she was before she reincarnated? As she put it, like I don't know. It's cool, but it was nice development in the background for sure. So I appreciate you pointing that out, and all you pointing out the realness of it, like dealing with the real issue of death and dealing with it, like Araragi going through the stages of grief, like right there, because yeah, he was in denial and he was bargaining, and then in the end, of course, acceptance, because you know, but yeah, that's real as fuck, man. You know, Hachikuji's acceptance in the face of that, and you know, being ready to move on. Also calling back to Nissan Monogatari, like, dude, because dude, as soon as you pointed this out, I remember this, and when you linked me that AMV of like that had different lines from Nissan Monogatari between Hachikuji and Araragi, I was like, fuck, man. Because when Araragi asks her, like, are you going to disappear? And she says, I won't disappear, really. In that same episode, talking about the courage to tell a lie is when... Man. Ooh. And y'all watch me react to that, knowing exactly what it was going to lead to. God damn, dude. That's Monogatari for you. But it's just really sad that even back then, just knowing the lie that she was telling herself, and that kind of the inevitability of all of this, you know, it's... I'm sure in a way, like, if you were watching this without knowing, you could probably see it coming. Because it even kind of has that vibe at the end of that episode, I think. Like, it's sweet, but it's like a bittersweet, like, thinking about how one day it could end. I'd have to revisit my reaction. I'm not sure what I said or really thought about that at the time, but it definitely, like, in reflection, it's definitely something you could, like, have this kind of sense of, like, oh, man. You know, it's, you know, it probably won't last forever. You know, this, I know, her persisting like this, despite, you know, her should have been, what am I saying? Despite her, like, she should have been able to move on after returning home. And even, like, in Bakemonogatari, it's, like, strange, like, they expected her to disappear. And when she showed up, like, soon after, Araragi was surprised, and it was like, oh, I guess she's here to stay. But even thinking back, knowing that all led up to this, man, dude, I cannot wait to rewatch this series, dude. I absolutely cannot wait. It's gonna be sad with all the Hachikuji stuff, but I personally cannot wait, because that is... even that, and just with everything else, God. Really, really amazing, dude, but heartbreaking, but just... This show is so good at portraying that. It just like, it couldn't not draw the tears from me after all of that. But yeah, and Mr. Reese, appreciate you with the correction about the timeline. How Nadeka Medusa took place in October, and I should have thought at the time, like at the end of last episode, because yeah, Nagako's arc 6 months to graduation in March, so I should have done the math there. But yes, so it makes sense also what Shinobu's saying. Is this part of your war plan? So of course talking about the Nadeko situation. So that gives me some thoughts, because Orange, you also provided me with some quotes Ogi said during that, which were interesting as well, so thank you for that. So Ogi goes off to work, like the overwhelming darkness that takes over most of the universe, a common thing, to correct the mistaken and what needs to be ended. A job that punishes liars. Knowing this happens after, this is December, it's a couple months later. We now have the added context of like Araragi still grieving over Mayoi. Of course he's still not, over that. It's not really something you get over. You live with it and it gets quote unquote less painful over time, but it's just a couple months later, right? And he's like trying to keep it a secret from most everyone. He's only told Ogi, which I still really don't know their relationship really. Like, I still want to know more about Ogi and why she's doing what she's doing, or even what the fuck she's doing now at this point. I'm still, like, super obsessed with her over, like, what she instigated in Nadeko's arc with Nadeko, which Araragi must not know about. Like, there's no way he would know. Even though Shinobu, like, kind of pointed out while Nadeko was, like, fucking them up, like, she even talked about, like, that niece, right? I don't know as far as that, but it's making me think, who is the liar that needs to be punished now? Because that seems to be a theme, because we know kind of what Nadeko was avoiding and, looking down, not straight up not looking at the situation and, fabricating this whole lie of a story about Kuchinawa. And who does she mean at this point? I don't know. I really don't know what Ogi's deal is. It has me very interested, but I'm concerned. Because even Araragi, like, he's in a dark place, man. Like, it's like everyone leaves me. I feel like everyone is disappearing. Like, it's, him being like, I'm telling Ogi to see what happens. Maybe does he think she's gonna help him? Maybe in a way, like, Ogi is gonna try to deal with Nadeko again. She could still be talking about Nadeko, and maybe Araragi's counting on that. Because again, like, the point that pushed Araragi to have Shinobu eat Nadeko, like he's still wants to stop her. He's not gonna let time just ride out to March for them to be killed, right? He's trying to figure it out. That's why Shinobu's talking about, is this part of your war plan? Trying to figure things out. So it could be that he's counting on her help. But even that feels weird. I don't know if Araragi would do that, like kind of put that on her. Even like unbeknownst to him, because he doesn't seem to really know what Ogi's talking about. But it's cool to think about. So yeah, that being said, where does it go from here? I don't know. But given that this is called Hitagi End, we're definitely probably going to be getting Senjo's perspective, or at least some kind of focus on her. Leading to what, I have no idea. But we're just going to have to see. That's the fun of it. But those are all my thoughts so far, I'm pretty sure. We'll see what plan they can come up with, if this is deal, because I would assume it'd be weird if this didn't deal with like Nadeko's whole plan and everything. Like, come on, it's gotta be this. Do not blue balls me, Monogatari. Stop it. Don't leave this for another series. It could deserve its own series, but please give me some resolution to this shit, because the way even Nadeko's arc ended, I was like, this is not a resolution. This is a fucking deceptive cadence and music. I don't know where the fuck this is gonna end on. Give me that end. And Hitagi End, so we'll see, but let's go. Beginning the episode in 3, 2, 1. Alright, what's this gonna be? Oh no. Kaigi? I know that theme. That's funny. Oh boy. You would know. Indeed. This is Kayaki narrating? Oh god. Oh my god. Let's hope not. Dude, you and your semantics. Jesus, dude. I don't like this. I have no time to navigate your bullshit, but I'm intrigued. Oh god. Unreliable narrator to the max here. Okay, January 1st. It's getting closer. Some famous shrine. Ah, the ultimate sin to him. Interesting research. If that's the truth. I know you're not going to tell us if it's the truth or a lie, but really does it matter? Probably not. Maybe. This guy is funny. Oh my god. I'm sorry? Wait, what? Is she... Wow. I really hear Shimada from Toigatsu. Huh. Is she talking about Nadeko? Is she asking for help? Well, I hope she is anyway. Oh, Kaiki. Jesus. Oh dear. Uh, this is, This is not what I expected. Senjo calling him. He had to go there. He doesn't want to die at least, so... There you go. Get fucked by your own lie, bro. If she was desperate, which is why I'm thinking it's about the situation, so... Yeah, it's pretty surprising. Wait till you see. Jesus. What a vibrant place. Very colorful. Da, 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 da. Cut your bullshit, Kaiki. Although this whole narration might be bullshit, I should just enjoy it and not worry. Huh. Dude, this theme is still a banger. You know, I almost kind of forgot she cut her hair. Ah, she's wearing the Persona 4 glasses. Classic. Ah, Sensho Gahara. Yes. Oh, man. Well, you pale as fuck. I'm not one to talk. I like how you didn't flinch. Let's get her another one. Alright. Alright, let's get into it. That's probably true. Details, details. Wow. Alright. Making up for something different. She's got her stapler. It's a gun in her hands, basically. Yeah, let's confirm this. Yes, you do. Cool. I mean, not cool, but I don't know. We'll see. Of course not. Indeed. This feels weird. Hmm. Oh, yes. It's a bit, as of right now, it's not looking like a future. Mm-hmm. That's why we need you. You slimy fuck. Pretty much. Makes sense. Be very dangerous for you, sir. God damn. Hmm. God, I wish I could read those faster. Not that he would believe you. Yes. A disease. Wink. You know what's going on. Supernatural college club member. Of course not. I saw that. Pretty much. She is quite powerful. Oh, yes. You're familiar with her class. Though I'm not sure if they met face to face. I think Nadeko said they didn't, but she's very familiar with him. Then again, we know how he talks. Pretty much. Well, right, she's not a direct victim. She was the target. Yeah. She was certainly affected, but yeah, not direct. They didn't deal directly with each other. He just takes it. Oh my god. He's gonna throw each one at him. First it was spitting, then she threw it. Yeah. Wow. Damn. It was a pretty big catalyst. I'm sure. Of course. He'll get right on it. What is a payment? He doesn't do anything for free. Save me. Oh, yeah. She was the first one she turned to. That's why it's really weird. Hmm. Huh. That's funny. Wow. That was an interesting thought from Kaiki. All right. Yeah. Lolly slave, Jesus. Oh my god. He's like, I can do it. You need payment, right? That's the whole thing. Uh huh. Shut up. Yeah, where does she get this money? Ah, he's not here. We don't know where he's at. Wow, Hanekawa did. I, yeah, but you know, I don't see how that's relevant. But weird, she went overseas to find him. Jesus, I guess Hanekawa would go that far for Araragi. Not enough to deceive a god. Yeah, what's your price? She'd pick Araragi. Okay, in that amount of time. Jesus Christ. And he throws his drink at her. I'm really upset she offered that, but like I get her desperation, but this shit already felt super weird to me. He's examining himself like, what do I want to do here? I like that he's seriously considering it though. Okay. So what? I suppose not. You did. Bullied is a light word, but sure. Wow. What? I think we learned that before though. And no. And Hanakawa is pretty close to Senjo now after Tsubasa Tiger, so she'd go that far for the both of them. From her parents. Can't find a reason. Damn. It would be a loss. So... Wait. Yo, the niece of Gain's senpai. To remember her older sister, Togain. So yeah, Kambaru's mom. She was. Yeah. Oh, this is a new perspective on his interests back then. Indeed. Is that your interest in taking this on then? I did not expect this. Whoa, dude. That's worth it to him. To get close to Suruga Kambaru, the daughter of Togain. He said that she's like how he remembers like Togain, so that would be Gain Senpai's sister, which is her mother. Was he close to her mother? It's to the point that this is worth it to him, so... Wow, we see Shinobu, Meme... And Senjo, and is that Kaigi sitting there? Yeah. Dangling on a chain. All these scenes. I wonder if Hanakawa's gonna find Meme. God, I miss Meme. Anyway. Love that guy, man. He's neutral in the best and cruelest sense, but he's such a balancer, but I just like him. But even so, like, there's times when he goes out of his way for Araragi and them in the past. Ononoki and... Is that Ragi? That was quite a start to this arc. Dude, I did not think we were getting a Kaiki-themed, Kaiki-narrated arc here. Which I feel torn about. I feel like, okay, here's my thing. I've pretty much already come to terms with the fact that regardless of any of this history, he even said in the beginning, like, I can't vouch for whether this is how true this is going to be, but I can guarantee it's going to be of quality. I have no doubt this is going to be a fantastic story. But this is the peak unreliable narrator. It feels like even... And I have to make sure I don't forget that. I'm going to let it go for now and just enjoy the story. But I'm not going to forget that by the end of this, it's possible that many of these details will have been skewed. That worries me. Like, even for things I've just seen this episode. Because it just felt weird, man. It's like knowing, like, the history between, what's it called? Senjo and Kaiki. It just felt weird, man. And even, like, her offer at the end, like, he threw his coffee in her face. Or even the way that he was, like, going through, like, his considerations. I'm gonna let it go. About the whole, whether it's a truth or a lie thing. There's no point in following that train of thought with Kaiki. It's pointless. It's deliberately meant to go nowhere. You can follow the trail if you want, but you're not going to go anywhere. You're just going to go back in a circle. So, I'm just going to enjoy the story and take what it gives me, and if by the end we see what's true or not, whether that's by the end of this arc or in the next series, where they have to, like, tie up those loose ends. Even so, it'll probably be mostly true, kind of, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, interesting start. So, Senjo... Now that we've got that out the way, Senjo turning to Kaiki for help. Because yeah, she even said, as of right now, there is no future for them. They're doing their best, like, like with Araragi telling Ogi the story of Hachikuchi and like seeing what happens, right? Senjo contacting Kaiki unbeknownst to Araragi. Of course, he wouldn't be okay with that. It also feels weird. He's annoying. But, you know, she's desperate too. She wants to save Araragi if she can. Ideally, like, save all of them. She even made sure to extend to Shinobu. Before she said that, I was going to mention. She's not mentioning Shinobu. But, you know, she's trying for all of them. Which is great. If she could, though, she'd only save Araragi. So she's even turning to someone like Kaiki, who they have a very, like, troubled past. You know, being the first one that she turned to for help. You know, leading them to ruin, you know, financial ruin, and yeah, just pretty much Araragi, you know, saved Senjo's feelings, and they're in a very nice relationship now, and it's she's happy, she's in love with him, he's in love with her, and that's great now. But this is like, they need help, so she's even turning to someone like him, saying, "Can you deceive a god?" He's like, "Of course, there's no one I can't deceive." Like, even referring to it as a queer illness. You know, not saying apparition. He doesn't believe in such things. You know, apparition, what? Queer illness, indeed. So, you know, he even said, it's like, I don't need confidence to do that. I can just do that. The question is, what is in it for him? Like, he's already, even like the cost she offered puts him at a loss. Like, he even does traveling to this point and then traveling to that down again. So, I think that's what he said. But, yeah, it's like, was in it for him, so he's like, you know, excuse me while I go to the bathroom, because, you know, she monetarily, she couldn't offer what it was worth to him to do these things. He ran through his head like, what are the reasons I would do these things? Would I do it for Araragi? Would I do it for Senjo, for the situation back then? Would I do it for Hanakawa? You know, am I moved by someone going so far for their friend? Would I do it for you know, the sister, you know, Araragi's sister I deceive? Would I do it for Nadeko? No, all the reasons he went through. But for Suruga Kambaru, which we know he expressed interest in before, you know, being related to Gaien, but I never thought about it before. Just, of course, like, you know, Izuko Gaien was, you know, their senpai, Meme senpai, Kagenui senpai, and Kaiki senpai. You know, they were all part of the club. You know, she was in it too. He was their senpai, you know, she is the expert of the expert. She knows everything, so. I didn't think his interest was personally motivated. That's an interesting thing, because it's not even just about Isuko Gaien. It's about Izo Gaien, I think was her name. I already forgot what's her name. But Kambaru's mother, you know, she's changed her name now, and she's, you know, living with the grandparents. We know that her mother is passed, but Kaiki, you know, commenting that he sees it as a way, like to remember her, like the kind of memory of her, almost as if like he maybe had a thing with her mother. I don't know. Watch us find out if Kaiki's her dad. Let's not go there. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. That's a new personal element, because that was worth it to him. Like, even being at a loss monetarily, going this far, and a situation as dangerous as deceiving Nadeko, like, what? That's worth it to him. Even just tangentially, like oh, like Araragi knows her, so Senju Kahara probably knows her. Sure, that's worth it to me, you know, just to have an in to like get to Kambaru. That's insane. Dude, Kambaru's been so important. She's gotten like no screen time the past series, but she's been so important. God. Like Izuko said, the blood of the Gaien is complicated. There's probably multiple levels to that. But yeah, man, that is nuts. Jesus. So yeah, I can't wait to see what develops from this. Oh man. Kaiki, you're telling a hell of a story so far. I don't know how much of it is true, but telling a hell of a story so far. And wouldn't it be something if Hanakawa find Meme and brought him back? Just suddenly, at some point in the arc, like Hanakawa shows up and Meme walks in. Dude, I would lose my shit. I would lose my shit. God, I would die. I don't know, man. I'm such a fanboy for that guy, man. He's like, that's cool, man. Ever since Monogatari, I'm like, this is the guy right here. I love this guy. And seeing more of him in Kizu, yeah, I'd be hyped for that. But yeah, man, I can't wait to see what's more. I think there's a lot of episodes in this arc, because there's like what, 5 or 6 more episodes. So yeah, this is a long arc, man. I'm cool with that. I'm so cool with that. Because she said 72 days until graduation. So yeah, it's January right now. It's early January, you know, New Year's. Kaigi teasing her, shouldn't you be spending it with your boyfriend? But yeah, they're trying to figure this shit out. So what they're gonna do. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what Kaiki can do. You know, Araragi's trying to come up with the war plan or trying to figure things out. I'm ready, man. Again, I have a bad feeling how it's gonna end. I feel like it's not gonna end without a cost. I feel like things are gonna turn out quote unquote okay, whatever that means. But I feel like there's gonna be a hell of a loss by the end of this, man. Even if it's from Kaiki's perspective, I feel like it's gonna definitely lead to that. I weirdly feel like Nadeko's gonna be okay. I don't know how. I feel like maybe there's some hope for her. I mean, just given what, like, her person, like, she's choosing to be the wrongdoer at this point. But I really do have hope for her, for Nadeko herself. I don't think if anyone's gonna, like, die by the end of this is really what I'm getting at. I don't think it's gonna be her. I'm really terrified, though. And I've already kind of mentioned my thoughts before of, like, who they're kind of foreshadowing might die. I won't mention it again, because I don't want to put that energy out there, even though this show is, like, already happened. It's set in stone. You guys already know what happens, but I'm not gonna talk about it. If it happens, you know, we'll deal with that then. But if that did happen, that would mean some weird stuff for future series. I guess timeline-wise, they could be like, you know, the mission with Kanbaru, like what was going on during that point, you know, in between, you know, last arc in Tsubasa Tiger, or what was going on in the background there. With that, the mission Miss Guyan gave to Ononoki that Araragi promised to help with due to her assistance before. So yeah, I don't know, maybe it'll be that. I don't know, man. I have a bad feeling, like Kaiki says, I got a bad feeling, dude, but anyway, we'll see. Because I feel like even he doesn't understand how dangerous this is going to be. Will it be enough? Will deception be enough? We'll see. But that's it. That's all I got to say for this first episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any thoughts, feel free to share them. If you're seeing this on YouTube, you want early access to my next 3 reactions to this arc, you can get instant access to them right now on my Patreon in the description for $5. If you want to support the channel, that's early access to this show and everything else that I do. You can join this ride with me in real time, but I'm definitely going to be keeping up with y'all's comments during this arc. Even if you're just watching on YouTube, I so much appreciate y'all. Yeah, man, I'm ready to get into this, man. So, yeah, once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. I know what to do with my hands.